Okay, it is now 6 p.m. and I'm calling this regularly scheduled meeting of the San Benito County Planning Commission to order. Thank you all for attending. If we could have the Pledge of Allegiance, Commissioner Way, if you could please lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, roll call, please.
Absolutely. Vincent Ringhaden, District Number 1.
Present.
Richard Way, District Number 2.
Present.
Robert Scaliotti, District Number 3.
Present.
Robert Gibson, District Number 4.
Present.
Celeste Toledo Bocanegra, District Number 5.
Present.
All commissioners are present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Department announcements?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the Planning Commission. Good evening. Ibrahim Prado, Director of Planning and Building Services. Glad to be here today. Have three announcements. One is that on Monday, this Monday, the 21st of May, thank you so much, we will have a joint Planning Commission Board of Supervisors meeting. Sorry, not Monday, Tuesday. I didn't mean to scare you. Tuesday. And it's actually going to be a regular board meeting in the morning, and then the Planning Commission Board of Supervisors joint meeting starts at 3 o'clock or soon thereafter, as a matter may be heard, according to the publication. So that is to essentially review the update of the housing element. If there's any comments, we'll be able to provide any responses. We'll be able to provide responses that were for the questions and comments that were provided at the first public hearing on the 30th of April, the first Joint Planning Commission Board of Supervisors meeting. So this is basically to provide updates, and then if there's any other questions or comments. And then on Wednesday, the 22nd of May, we will have a community workshop. That's going to be at the Paint Banquet Hall at 6 p.m. And that's a community workshop, and that's not only going to be regarding the update of the housing element, but we're also going to be talking to the community just on the general plan, just in general, and also the administration team will be talking about the update of the impact fees that they have been working on in consultation with Wolfman Financial. And so that's going to be on Wednesday the 22nd at the Paynes Banquet Hall at 6 p.m. And also wanted to announce that on Friday, May 10th, the Lancet Lead Revised Environmental Impact Report was released for public comment review for a 45-day period, and it will end on June 24th, and that is PLN number 200051. And so that's currently under public review, public comments, and those are the announcements that we have for today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Public comment. Is there any public comment via Zoom or in the chambers? This is for general public comment. These are for items that are under the purview of the Planning Commission but not on this evening's agenda.
Yeah, it looks like I have one public comment via Zoom. Elia, you have been unmuted. You will have 3 minutes.
Good evening, Commissioners. I would like to request, hopefully, that you can ask to be placed on the next agenda for next month, information on the property owner on Buena Vista regarding the property that was raided by the Sheriff's Department for an illegal grow of cannabis. I believe the Planning Commission and the public, but more importantly, the Planning Commission has a right to know who is the property owner and who are those individuals involved in the event, should they, the property owner or those that were involved, come forward in the future for a permit, whether it be cannabis or whether it be hemp, and that would make a decision as to whether these folks follow policy and the law. So if at all possible, I ask at the end of the meeting, when it's your turn to speak and ask for a future agenda item, that this be brought forth so that the information can be brought to the Planning Commissioners. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Any additional comment?
There's no more general public comment in chambers or via Zoom.
Thank you. Public comment is closed.
Mr. Chair, if you don't mind, before we go into the consent agenda, we do have one new application. If you don't mind going back to the department announcements,
Of course.
and we'll be able to present that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. There we go. So we did receive one application since the last time we were here before you, and the county received an application for a minor subdivision to subdivide a 251.95 acre lot located at Zero Shore Road, essentially southwest of the intersection with Fraser Lake Road. See if I could blow it up a little bit. The subdivision consists of 3 lots. One would be 228.48 acres, another would be 20 acres, and the third would be 2.51 acres. Additionally, 3.4 acres are dedicated alongside Shore Road, and the site is currently being used for row cropping and will continue to be used for the same purpose per the applicant. And that is the discretionary applications that we received within the last month.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Consent agenda. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Okay. Is there a motion to adopt the consent agenda as a whole, including 6.1 and 6.2?
I make the motion we adopt it as a whole.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Public hearing 7.1. The project proposes to subdivide an existing 21.02 acre parcel into 4 separate parcels of 5.5, 6.02, and 5.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. I'm going to read a brief memo here regarding this item. This memorandum addresses concerns regarding PLN 230042, a minor subdivision at 1271 Los Vivos Road. Upon review, a compliance issue with the Subdivision Map Act has been identified, and the property was previously subdivided in 2018 by the same owner, resulting in the division of one lot into 2. The current 2023 application aims to further divide one of these lots into 4 parcels, creating a total of 5 lots, thus classifying the project as a major subdivision. Per the Subdivision Map Act, Section 66426, when a subdivider seeks to divide property contiguous to land previously divided by them, earlier divisions are considered in determining the total number of parcels. Subdividers cannot circumvent map requirements by making successive divisions of 4 or fewer parcels each. County staff recommends continuing this item to a date uncertain to allow for a thorough evaluation to ensure compliance with the Subdivision Map Act and County Code. Additionally, county staff has informed the applicant of this compliance issue and provided several options to move their project forward. Any questions?
Thank you. Is there any public comment for this item? Ms. Hall.
Ann Hull here from San Benito Engineering on behalf of the applicant, and we have been talking to staff. We're aware of the options. I think we have a pretty straightforward solution, so hopefully we'll be back here next month and with this project. But in the meantime, the applicant did want me to bring something up on the public record that he has a concern about. As part of a previous subdivision, previous to this one in 1999, the applicant paid $20,000 toward channelization improvements to the Fairview Los Ribos Road intersection. That was a requirement of the subdivision. There's been no improvements made, and in fact now it's missing a guardrail completely on the west side of the road, and he feels this is a potentially very dangerous situation. It's a pretty good drop down to Los Ribos Creek from the road, and there's nothing indicating the edge of the road. So he just wants that brought to the attention of the county that, and it's of particular interest to him because he had paid money toward that, which was for a benefit area that I don't think actually existed. But he wanted me to bring that to your attention.
Thank you. I thought those guardrails had been repaired. Apparently not. Any other public comment for this item?
There is no public comment in chambers or via Zoom.
Okay, thank you. Public comment is closed. Back to the commission. Any questions, or is there a motion to? Was that a time uncertain? Or at this point, okay.
Question?
Commissioner Scagliotti.
I'd like to know, like Mr. Hall asked, where's the money to fix those guardrails? Where'd it go?
Perhaps we could get a response from Mr. Loop next time around of what's happening with that, because I've seen it a few months ago, and I would certainly not want to hit that thing and go down into
It's been like
Las
that for
Beavers
over
Creek.
2 years.
I will bring that up to Steve.
Okay, thank you. So, motion on the table to continue to a time uncertain.
I make a motion to continue to a time uncertain.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries 5-0. Thank you. 7.2. This project proposes to subdivide an existing 32.04 acre parcel into two separate parcels, measuring 1.65 and 30.22 acres with a 0.17 acre road dedication.
Okay. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Jonathan Olivas, Assistant Planner with San Benito County. This evening, I will be presenting PLN 230043, minor subdivision at 736 Santa Ana Drive. Or road, sorry. Our discussion tonight will cover project location, description, CEQA, land use consistency, and staff recommendations. This site is approximately 1 mile northeast of downtown Hollister, about 600 feet east of the intersection of Highway 25 and Santa Ana Road. The project is located in a predominantly suburban and rural housing development area. The project proposes to subdivide an existing 32.04 acre lot into two lots of 1.65 acres, 30.22 acres, with a 0.17 acre road dedication. Parcel 1 has an existing residence with existing Sunny Slope water service and an existing septic system. Parcel 2 is undeveloped agricultural land, and it is also worth noting that this subdivision changes little about what entitlements would be allowed, as the zoning already allows nearly the same degree of use without the subdivision. The image on screen, this is a close-up of the indication of where the existing residence and driveway lie. This would be essentially parcel 1. The image on screen shows the project site facing north towards Pacheco Pass along the boundary of parcel 1 and parcel 2. This photo shows the project site facing east towards the Diablo Range from the perspective of parcel 2. This photo shows the project site facing south towards Hollister and LeBeg Estates from the boundary of parcel 1 and 2. And this photo shows the project site facing west towards Park Hill along the boundary of parcel 1 and parcel 2. Okay, land use consistency. The RR General Plan designation aims to accommodate large lot rural residential homes in areas of the county generally unsuitable for productive agriculture due to factors such as small property sizes, multiple property owners, and proximity to more intensive residential development. Typically, these properties lack public infrastructure such as water, sewer, and drainage. As far as the zoning, the RR zoning designation aims to allow a mix of housing and limited agricultural uses, with single-family dwellings as the primary focus and agricultural uses playing a secondary role. The zoning category applies to areas near urban services with a maximum density of 1 dwelling unit per acre unless public water and sewer services are available. Some general plan policies of note that this project aligns with are General Plan Policy LU 4.2, which underscores the significance of placing new urban residential developments in areas with access to essential public facilities and services. The project site It's situated near established major subdivisions such as Lemon Acres, Rancho Santa Ana, and La Beg Estates, which have existing infrastructure provided by Sunny Slope Water District for water services and City of Hollister for sewer. The project site itself only has water services provided by the Sunny Slope Water District, ensuring adequate utility access for future residents. The property's location at Santa Ana Road near Highway 25 further aligns with the General Plan Policy LU 4.2, which emphasizes development near major transportation networks and employment centers. Additionally, the project's dedication of right-of-way for future road expansion is consistent with General Plan Policy C.1.9, which requires such dedication to be proportionate to the project's impacts, ensuring alignment with planned road developments while mitigating disproportionate impacts on surrounding infrastructure. Additionally, the subdivision alters very little regarding permissible entitlements, as the existing zoning already permits nearly identical usage without the subdivision. This project qualifies for an exemption from the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, based on state CEQA guideline section 15061. It assures that the proposed subdivision will not significantly impact the environment, no ground disturbance or construction activities are proposed, and the project will not disrupt ecologically sensitive areas. The existing zoning regulations already permit similar land use activities. The project further qualifies for a CEQA Class 1 categorical exemption 15301, as it involves maintenance, repair, or minor alteration of existing infrastructure without expanding current use. Additionally, the project qualifies for a Class 4 categorical exemption 15304, as required improvements will occur on slopes less than 10% with no impact on trees, fault zones, or protected wetlands. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission review the staff report, review the attached draft resolution, including findings and conditions of approval, receive public comment, and adopt the resolution, including findings, to approve minor subdivision parcel map PLN 230043, subject to the conditions of approval found in the resolution. Any questions?
Thank you. Are there any questions at this time before we go to the applicant or the applicant's representative if they have one? No? Okay. Ann, if you'd please come up.